Andero, for your information, no biometric data taking for flights from UK to Porto Airport yesterday. Ah, yes, very interesting. The first thing I heard about the airports yesterday, I think, was, oh dear, we're back to the 90-minute waits, thanks to the new system. And then, and then I think rather hastily, the government, in association with the Schengen border forces, said, okay, just go back to the old system. It's not the new system's not working. Brussels, that's not done yet though. Brussels suggests reverting back to old border system in Portugal. Excellent Temo adverts this morning as well. The European Commission has suggested using the old border control system with passport checks and stamps. Oh dear. Welcome to 2025. The show was for the interview opening. I'm still not with you, Mike, but it's fine. I think everything's fine now. Nothing urgent. Let me bring this onto the screen then. This is hilarious, isn't it? 2025, the time of AI, the paperless society, everybody. I'm still freezing. It is a little bit chilly in the garage here, and the lip sync is off. Try refreshing your browser. That may be sorted now, or I'll just this smaller image. It won't be so obvious that the lip sync is out. But yeah, where were we? We were in 2025. Hopefully, we'll be able to tell you the story of the cat up the tree and the confession time, the moral maze that me and Mrs. M successfully navigated. I have to say, with the president of the town, my neighbour. Come back to that if we've got time, and of course the citizenship test question, a little more difficult this morning. I don't know. Can you? Is it me? Is it me? When you ask that question, is it me? It usually is, but it might not be on this occasion. Of high technology, 2025, the age of high technology, fast fibre, and Brussels suggesting reverting back to the old border system in Portugal. Andera, thank you as well for your beautiful cycling club pictures. They will get featured at some point too as well. I always get around to it in the end, don't I? And I think there are things you sent me back in 1911 that I've yet to share on the screen, but I will do. The European Commission has suggested using the old border control system with passport checks and stamps following reports of problems. Reports of problems. Can you imagine? There is an old telephone in Brussels where calls come in of complaining member states. We've got a little bit of a problem at the airport. The new system you asked us to put in, where some of the lanes are green and some of them are red, and people go through there, and it's going to be fast and it's going to be effective and it's going to be secure. Well, it hasn't been implemented quite as planned. It's a bit late, it's a bit over budget, and it's not actually working. So they're going to go back to the old system maybe here. I'm not aware of anything that has happened in Portugal, but the new system in brackets includes a possibility of reverting to the old system whenever something occurs that could jeopardize the new system. Said Marcus Lammert, the European Commission's spokesperson for Home Affairs, who was probably working from home yesterday. I don't think that's what Home Affairs means. I mean, everybody is a Home Affairs person out there who works from home. But this person got the call to say, look, it's chaos. This thing you asked us to implement in Portugal is not working. What should we do? It's your responsibility, Marcus. Marcus quickly checks if it is his responsibility before doing anything, I suspect, and then says, well, just use the old system. That's what the old system's for, is to back up the new system. Questioned by Loser at the institution's daily press conference, following reports of queues exceeding 90 minutes at Lisbon's airport on Tuesday. And I'm not laughing at that because that's horrible if you're one of those people who was held up for an hour and a half just trying to enter or exit the country. I think this is for entering, isn't it? It would be for entering. The official stated that the system is designed precisely, not two words you would expect to see together in this sort of case. It is designed precisely for cases in which possible indications that the system could be used may arise. I mean, what a load of old cobblers. It hasn't worked. We're going to have to use the old crap system that we thought was crap. That's why we got the new system. That's not what he said, but I'm reading between the lines here. All 29 countries in the Schengen, free movement in brackets, who doesn't like a free movement first thing in the morning, have successfully launched their entry and exit systems. Apparently, all 29 countries have launched their systems, And such a large system is a complex and complicated task. Don't worry, folks. These are the sort of people who will be in charge of your digital ID. Nothing to worry about. That's why we have an integrated transition period. Which may last several decades. No, no, no. A 6 month phase in period, which allows for a gradual introduction of the new system, said Marcus Lemmer. And of course, like the IMA website, we test these things not behind the scenes. We don't do prototypes and testing offline. No, we use it in real life. Of course, we test it on real people to watch it crash and burn. The new electronic border system is expected to be fully operational by April 2026. Doing a quick bit of maths there. Well done, Marcus. 90-minute delays. The statement comes after the PSP, the Public Security Police, and an excellent advert for Stanner lifts here. Look, you get to a certain age and the whole advertising landscape changes. Described a critical day at Lisbon Airport. Again, a very well-chosen euphemism. An annoying, frustrating, and terrible day for people who had to wait for 90 minutes, basically. Critical day, my butt. Let's call it what it is, shall we? With non-EU passengers waiting more than 90 minutes at departures and arrivals. So both due to the new electronic control system. The only thing it's controlling is people's movement and sadly, I doubt that many of them, or some of them, will have been able to control their tempers, and quite understandably too. Also on Tuesday, the European Commission described the entry into force of the new electronic entry and exit system. I didn't expect to be talking about this morning, but anyway, it's such as it is with the situation that I think it's worth talking about, and it is part of the identification of modern life, isn't it? How many of systems designed to improve things actually make things worse, and how long will it be until we realize that and stop entering this vicious cycle of nonsense with so many so-called improvements? So entry and exit systems for the European Union as a success. What? So it's described as a success the day before, despite problems in Portugal, citing more than 100,000 registrations in 2 days. On Sunday, we successfully launched the entry-exit system in all 29 Schengen area member states, who are now registering third country nationals. And in just 2 days, more than 100,000 people have been registered across the European Union, said Magnus Brunner, Marcus's colleague, the European Commissioner for Home Affairs and Migration. Wouldn't want his job at the moment. Speaking, but I dare say he's very well paid. Speaking on the sidelines of the Home Affairs Ministers meeting in Luxembourg, Magnus Brunner called it a milestone in the new millstone, more like, in the new approach to border management. It allows us to know who enters and leaves the EU, when and where. This is an important milestone in strengthening our internal security and testing the patience and the capability of mindfulness among our inhabitants. He didn't say that last bit, and I'm not going to read anymore, but you get the gist of that. Who was that in that picture there? And there's a comment was on there on the Portugal News, but has subsequently been removed. Right, very quickly then, and this can be Veronica's entry into the situation. Not ready yet, Veronica. Your banner, where am I? Your banner scrolls even when you're frozen. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Do you know what? I'll consult the EU tech department who implemented the system here. Maybe that's why it's not working terribly well. Right, okay. Citizenship test question number 33, everybody. Let me bring this onto the screen for you. We go to the Portugal Club for this, of course.